Hello and welcome, my beautiful Aries. This is your general tarot and oracle card forecast for the week of July the 6th to the 12th. Let's see what your download message is and the theme to this week. Face your fears. Okay, let's see what your tarot messages have to say. What do you need to see, know, and expect as you navigate through yet again another week? Here we are heading into the first week of the month and into the middle as well. The 12th, almost the middle of the month. So I can't believe I'm saying that. Anyway, if you're hearing a humming again, I apologize. It is my air conditioner in here, my office, because it is going to be extremely hot today and humid, close to 90 degrees. All right, let's see what we have here. And that's 90 Fahrenheit or 30 to 31 in Celsius. You've got the Nine of Pentacles. You got the Seven of Pentacles. You have the Four of Swords. You have the you have the Emperor. You have the Fool. You have the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Judgment, the Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune. You've got the Six of Swords. You have the Two of Cups. Whoops. You have the Lovers, Two of Coins, and your final card is that of the Page of Cups. Okay, so let's see what we have here this week. Jumping in with your theme card and your Face Your Fears is the card that you need to be paying attention to. This is your theme and your download message. There could be things coming in this week that make you feel a little dubious, a little doubtful, a little nervous about, but don't let your fear lead you on the path. Okay, this is a card that says it brings in false judgment, false assumptions. What'll happen is we tend to presume and assume things aren't going to work out because we have that fear. So let the fear go. You have the ability, Aries, to step up and face them. Coming in with your life and career, you've been given the card Drama, and it says beware of troublemakers in the workplace. The job you want, the job you may want may have too many upheavals to bear. Keep emotions and gossip in check. So there may be drama going on this week at your place of employment. Avoid it at all costs if you can. Don't allow yourself to be drawn into it or sucked into it. The energy that could be toxic there. There could be troublemakers that are envious of you, and they may want to try to sabotage your success. Don't get caught up in the office or the lunchroom or the coffee room gossip. It will not bring you any good karma if you do. The job that you're wanting may just have too many risks involved with it. It just, think about it before you step up into it if you're thinking of moving into a different position or a job. You've got the Four of Swords, you've got the Seven of Pentacles, and you have the Nine of Pentacles. The Seven of Swords says it's time for you to put your feet up and rest. You may have pushed yourself too hard. Maybe you're just emotionally and mentally fatigued. Some of you, it could be physically fatigued. However, this is a call of truce and a timeout. Walk away from any confrontations. Walk away from any drama. Don't allow yourself to be sucked into that. Don't make any snap decisions or choices or sign on the dotted line too quickly. This is about getting your rest, rejuvenating, recharging, and refocusing. You got the card, the the Seven of Pentacles, and that is a card that says you're wondering why you haven't seen results yet. Why haven't you received or heard a call or a text or a message or a letter or a document of some sort? You put in the work, you've done everything that you could do, and now you're saying, why isn't this showing me results? This is a card of unnecessary worry. You've done everything right. You will see your success coming in increments as it unfolds. The Nine of Pentacles says it's going to happen because here you are in your garden of abundance, and that is being able to see a promising, successful future ahead of you. This card says you're coming into your own and your own right, but it also advises you to keep your eyes open. She always walks with that falcon with a hood, and that is a cautionary and a warning to keep your eyes wide open at any doors of opportunity or possibilities that present themselves. Don't go in your Garden of Eden and only pick from one tree. As I say, don't put your eggs all in one basket. Keep your eyes open for new options and opportunities. Also, it's time for you to go out and treat yourself to a little luxury item. You deserve it. Coming in next, which is your focus part of your reading, Aries, and that is your career and money card. And you've got the beautiful rose, and I love how this rose is in gold. It's embossed in gold. It says financial relief, being content, loving care, and your career could involve a supportive role. You're going to have job security, and you will see it growing. So I told you here that things are coming in increments, but also when we came in with the Nine of Pentacles, it's definitely showing that your business, your job, and your career will be showing you some financial relief. So it certainly makes you feel more content. You're open now, and you feel as though you have a supportive role that you're playing, or that you're involved in rather, and you're going to have job security. Coming in with that, you have the Eight of Wands, you have the Fool, and you have the Emperor. The Emperor is, being in charge, especially of your emotions. He's organized, he's logical, he's often the head of the company, he's the boss. He could be somebody in any part of your life in authority, and somebody who's educated. But this card says you have the ability to be a leader in your own right as well. Some of you might be stepping up on your podium to teach, preach, and convey wisdom to others as a leader and a teacher. You've got the Fool. The Fool says you're ready to launch into something new. You're not quite there yet. Like I say, don't jump off that cliff till you check your parachute. This card says that you need a little bit more information. You need to keep your eyes open and get your ducks all in a row. But I can see you launching into a brand new beautiful beginning. Something's going to change here. If the momentum's been really slow and things weren't moving quickly, it will change. Momentum's going to pick up, and it's going to be drastically busy. You're going to have to make out your to-do list. Be mindful of time, be mindful of your time table, and you're going to find that things are going to really accelerate, and something could be coming in very quickly. You could also be booking an airline ticket. These are flying wands, or these could be the wands of Cupid, and somebody could be showing you their intentions and affection towards you. Coming in the center position, your help, hurdle, or your challenge, you do get the card, the Healer. And it does come with the Galaxy Jar as the graphics there. And Galaxy Jars are your talents, gifts, and areas of unrealized potential. So it says you are able to provide great comfort and support to those who are on a healing journey, whether their pain is physical, emotional, or spiritual. So some of you are maybe involved in some sort of healing modality, energy healing, and you have the ability to be there, to be that listening ear, that shoulder to lean into, and that soft place to land of wisdom and care and support. Beautiful. Some of you might be getting involved in some sort of healing. Now, coming in with that, you have the Hierophant, you have the Judgment, and you have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is, she's very powerful. She's walked through the fire. She's come out the other side, and she's extremely fearless. She also is very good in business. She has a business head on her shoulders. But she also notices that as she accelerates up that ladder of success, the people around her may be dubious, doubtful, and they may be negative. They may be those naysayers that try to talk her out of what she's doing. She's heading out into a new direction, but she doesn't allow that to happen. Nor should you. Once you've made your mind up, keep going. You're determined to win, and you will, as long as you don't allow yourself to give up. Coming in next, you have the Judgment card. You're moving on. Somehow you've decided to make a command decision to leave a situation you were in, and you're leaving it and going to a better one. This is, Judgment, and it's in your favor. It's almost like you're getting a message from Archangel Gabriel saying, hey, this is your message. Get going, get moving. This is your second chance to go after your dream. And you're only going to take those with you on this journey who truly care, love, and want to support you. We have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is higher education and perhaps bringing new people of spiritual interest into your circle of friendship. You could be getting involved in something like that. Often this is to do with taking forms of education, and maybe you're joining spiritualist groups as well. But you could also be involved in something that has to do with things in traditional manner, or maybe being invited or doing something with the church. Coming in next, your messages from Spirit and your guides. You've been given the card Change, and it says, fear is not a good advisor. Remember we said face your fears here? Well, isn't that interesting that it says fear is not a good advisor? So New direction, decision making, higher power, overcoming fear, and instinctive awareness about where you are and where you're going. So it's time to take the wheel and head towards a new direction in life. Sometimes we have to make the decision ourselves, while other times a higher power intervenes and makes a decision for us. However, all of it is meant to lead us towards a better happiness, successful, and free version of ourselves. Sometimes it might seem scary to take that leap, but fear is not a good advisor in this situation. Sometimes it may creep up on us in the forms of contentment or a feeling that our dreams are unattainable. Therefore, we must be aware, okay? So we really must be aware of our natural instincts to self-preserve, but we must also remember that our growth lies in the other side of the wall as well. It's a grass greener. So this is about change coming in and not being fearful of it, being able to adapt and roll with the punches. Go with this change. You may be the one that's initiated this change, or it could have come up unexpected, but you need to take the wheel here. You need to take the wheel, take the control, and you will maneuver and navigate through any challenges and during this change. Coming in with that, you have the Two of Cups, you have the Six of Swords, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Six of Swords is moving from troubled waters to calmer shores. Again, moving on. We talked about that with the Judgment card. We talked about taking a leap of faith, which means going into something new. So this is you making a command decision to make this change, okay? Moving in a new direction. Now, it's a better direction, and you don't need to go back to where you were. The Two of Cups comes in, and that is a card of partnership. That could be love or business. This is a card of good communication, regardless of the relationship. It could be somebody new coming in as well to support you and to be there by your side. The Wheel of Fortune comes in. We know what that means. Yes, this is good karma, good energy, good luck. Everything coming in your favor. This is something that the Wheel of Fortune says jump on it and ride it hard, because you never know how long your luck is going to last. I see you setting your compass. I see you making a change of direction, and all for the better. Wow, this is your windfall card, your jackpot card. Coming in at the end of the week, which is your angel card number. And as you can see, I've added 3 different decks, 3 different oracle card decks this week, keeping the originals in the beginning of the reading. This is 1717, and if you're seeing those numbers together, this is 7 sevens, 14, 15, 16, 6 and 1 still works out to a 7. We know that 7 is a card of good luck. But this one says drama alert, okay? It says independence, purpose, solitude, growth, healing, and aspiration. Take a few deep breaths and turn your focus inward. You need time to reflect and consider your options. Yeah, where were we here? Remember we talked about this Four of Swords? Taking a time out, okay? Rely on your inner strengths and trust that you're moving in the right direction. What may seem like a pause in activity is simply a natural part of your journey. So again, we had talked about you waiting here for something in the beginning of the reading, but as part of the journey leading you to your Nine of Pentacles, leading you to your success this week. Now with that, you have the Page of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles, and you have the Lovers. So again, the Two of Pentacles is about about balance, okay? Steadiness, taking yourself to center. You could be balancing your work life on your calendar with your personal life. You could be balancing your bank. You could be juggling money around. But there also could be something coming in here. And this is 2 decisions, 2 choices, 2 options, and 2 offers that could present themselves on the table for you. You'll make the right decision. Take your time. The Page of Cups comes in. This is that card of getting your creative and curiosity juices flowing. Pages bring us messages, and it's a baby steps in the beginning of something, an emotional experience that could grow into something deeper. Maybe you're going to receive a letter, a text, a call, an email, conveying someone's feelings in a friendship for you that maybe they want to take to the next level. So remember that it's safe to let your feelings show, and any sparks of intuition, can give you insight into a situation you'd rather otherwise, you wouldn't have had. So it's giving and receiving something as well, and it could be in the form of an apology, but you could be getting an invitation to some event. But I always say with this page, they may look, act, or be younger than you, and they may be coming in, like I say, with their intentions to strengthen a friendship or take it to the next level. Or they could just be bringing you some information that's upbeat, modern, and useful. Coming in next, you have the Lovers. Maybe this is your page that's coming in. Could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, or not. But the Lovers is that card of making wise and mindful choices and decision. Being mindful and knowing that Spirit's got your back. But it's almost like, too, a connection of two people coming together is almost like you believe it was a divine intervention. The angels above sending you somebody who's going to be important in your life, someone who's going to be there by your side. It could be a new romance, a new partner, a new relationship, but it can also be engagements or marriages. You're making heartfelt choices right now. And it's also the card of a return to vibrant health. Wow, beautiful card, beautiful messages, beautiful reading. Just don't let your fears lead you on your path, Aries. I wish you a great remainder today and a beautiful, optimistic, healthy, happy, prosperous, and successful week. And always know I stand in this circle of love and light for you. And I'll see you soon, my beautiful, beautiful Aries.